Hey, true conceivers. Welcome to the Heroic Origins podcast, the first initial live streaming edition. I'm Dave.
And I'm Terrance, and we're just two comic book nerds doing what we love to do.
Make up new superheroes. That may have been synced, it may not have been. We don't care.
But we're going to take some random words and a picture, and then we're going to riff off of them until we come up with a fully fleshed out superhero.
And we've given ourselves a time limit, one 40-minute regulation brainstorming period.
If we still haven't finished our hero by then, we'll move to a lightning round. Additional minutes per character element.
Two additional minutes per character.
Per character element, and 1 2-minute revision period.
I think we may have decided it was going to be a 5-minute one, but we'll decide that when the time comes. Well, we're going to get this character done before that. I don't guarantee that one bit.
But it'll be a challenge. It'll be fun, and we're gonna get there. So
all right.
Now
get ready because it's collaborating time. Yeehaw!
All right. So here we go.
Let's bring up our. I'm gonna bring up our random words here. Share the screen. These are our lovely random words. We have Vesta, a wax-stemmed match.
Are we going to stick with these words, or are we going to go to the...
Okay. Oh, did we want to... Huh?
I wasn't sure if we were going to stick with these words.
No, I think we are, because... okay. Yeah, let's stick with them, because I already have them copied and pasted onto our...
I thought that was just a
Hi, everybody. This is behind-the-scenes chatter that would normally be edited out of the podcast, but because we are live, we cannot.
There's no longer any behind-the-scenes chatter. That's all.
You get all the behind-the-scenes chatter, and since this is our first time live streaming it, we're going to be learning as we go. So these are the random words that we've pulled up. Right. Vesta, wax-stemmed match. Russet. Reddish brown.
I don't even know how to pronounce that.
I'm going to say acerology, incorrect diction or pronunciation. So,
that could be fun.
any of those stand out to you, Terrance? What do you think? Hold on. We're going to look at everything we've got first. We also have a random picture. Then we're going to put ourselves on the clock. Then we'll start brainstorming. So,
all right.
Let's look at that picture.
Well.
Here we go. This is our random picture. Looks like a bunch of keys and key rings.
A lot of dirty keys.
What do you call the thing that's attached to the key ring that's not a key? What do you call that?
The thing attached to the key ring that's not a key. The little loop thing?
No, the loop thing is the ring. What's the plastic thing? The little
keychain? I don't know.
It's the part. The whole thing is the keychain. I'm just curious what
that would be. The chain part of the keychain, and the key ring would be the ring.
I would think the chain would be all three of the things connected to create a chain. But okay. Anyway, hey, any of you in the audience, we should be able to see your chats if you are watching this. Please chat and tell us what's the name of that part of the keychain. So, all right. Let's see.
I don't know.
So anyway, we're going to move over to our outline here.
Waxed-stemmed match, russet, and acerology.
That's right. Or acerology? I don't know. I bet it's we could probably look up how to pronounce it somewhere.
Yeah, we can look up pronunciation.
Yeah.
Well, the real question is, does any of that spur an idea for you? Anything to build upon there? Because all I think is potato.
It's funny that acerology, is actually about incorrect diction or pronunciation. I think
we can come up with a simple pronunciation for a word about mispronunciation.
I think I don't know if people can see this here. See, I don't know what that's the pronunciation guide here, but I can't even understand what the pronunciation guide's saying. Do you?
That is not pronunciation. What is that?
I have no idea. It says pronunciation.
I've never seen.
This is okay. How about this one? Let's see. Uh,
Does it have
so we don't,
try to do the
I think
little
the key
thing
is
where,
we do not know how to pronounce it. So we're going to
does it
pronounce
play?
Huh?
Where you can play the sound sometimes? Go back to that one that you were just on. Like right next to it, there was a there's a little flag with a little speaker.
Oh yeah.
Does it?
Acerology.
Acerology.
Acerology. There we go. Okay. So now pronouncing it correctly, acerology. Okay. So actually, I actually like that. I think like, what if because we already in previous seasons we had linguistic gods. But but and I don't say we have to do another linguistic god, but what if this was a character that there was something about its pronunciation and diction that triggered a power? I mean, you have somebody like Black Bolt who just speaks and create, but this would be something like the actual, like if it's properly, like maybe you choose a different accent, you say a word with a different accent or something. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We got to get on the clock, everybody.
Are we on the clock? Are we ready to start? So we're sticking with these words, and I think we're ready to go.
All right, here we go. We are counting down 40 minutes.
So 40 minutes brainstorming time to come up with a new character. Do we need to introduce all the parts of the character that we're going to talk about? The identity, their background, their powers, psychology, social impact.
And we're on the clock. I'm going to actually reset this a little bit here. Let's bring us back to 40 minutes. There we are. All right. Okay, we're doing it. So, I don't know. I like the idea of diction and pronunciation. Reddish brown. That could be the costume.
I like the idea that it's a giant potato man.
Lots of eyes. Ooh.
Honestly, what I was thinking was more along the lines of he's just this big potato-y guy, like malformed, really looks like a giant potato almost, with like arms and legs. So he's like monstrous looking a little, but he's just like a giant potato,
like Grimace or something, like a brown Grimace.
And maybe like when he speaks, it's hard to understand him because he's got a big potato.
Well, what if it's like a big blob with eyes all over it?
What I was thinking, if he's more looks like a potato, that would be awesome. A giant potato.
Well, that's what potatoes have eyes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Those sort of eyes. Okay.
But what if they're like, okay, they're eyes and mouths. But what if it's just eyes and mouths? What if the eyes are the mouths? It's a horrific. This is a superhero.
I wasn't thinking of it being that horrific, but I was thinking more like along the lines of the Thing, right? Like, what if the Thing, just instead of looking like big orange rocky guy, looked like a giant potato?
Well, I think we're talking about Grimace, really.
Yes, maybe more Grimace looking, but
let me see. Can I find this?
Be purple.
Have you ever seen Grimace as Thanos?
No.
Let me see here if I can find it. Can we see that on screen? I don't think we can. Oh yeah, right there.
I can see it. Yeah. Oh, I like the oven mitt. That's a nice touch.
Yeah. So but that's what I imagine a potato to look like. Is that what that's a potato
No,
shape?
I'm thinking of a big russet tomato. Like he's a brown russet tomato looking giant russet tomato.
But would not a brown russet potato look like Grimace?
He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to be that happy. He doesn't have to.
The face.
He doesn't have to. I'm thinking of him having a more. Well, that will come with the next week's live draw, right? As to really defining what that look would be.
I suppose that's true, but
but I'm thinking more.
This is a superhero, right?
Yes, he can still be a super. The Thing is a superhero, and he's just a giant orange rock, right?
Well, but this is the thing. The thing about it, the Thing is that he's a bunch of rocks. Whereas like a potato, like how would you make an anthropomorphic potato and still have the shape of a potato? I mean, because it could be because the body would have to be shaped like a potato, right? And then it would have legs and arms.
Yeah, kind of like.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm just. Anyway, I like the potato idea in the sense that I like the idea of the character being covered with eyes.
Okay.
But I like the idea that's like little eyes and little mouths. And if you think about it, like a single eye could be a mouth. Like you can make it kind of like these eyes that are
like I'm thinking of like Doctor Strange's Eye of Agamotto, where like it opens and the eyes it talks.
It's like lips.
Is it like a mouth?
Eyelids are like
Oh, then there's an eye in it.
Yeah, like that, but the eyelids would be like lips. And the iris would be like the mouth. So it'd be like this wah 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 wah, kind of this eye, the iris
How
the
would it?
pupil. Sorry, the pupil. The pupil and the iris would be flexing around, kind of shrinking and enhancing, to kind of function as a mouth.
Okay.
But it would also function as an eye, so it's an eye mouth.
All right. Let's run with that. All right. So it's a giant monstery potato with eye mouths.
Yeah. Okay. So this is, but it's still a hero. So
it is a hero. So
is it? Go ahead.
What are our words here? So are we combining the russet and the?
Well, we got keys as well. Remember that.
Yeah, and the keys.
We got wax stemmed match, and these keys. Well, I like the eye mouth idea. To me, this feels like some sort of. Have you ever seen like pictures of like biblically accurate angels?
No, not.
Let me show you, because they're like all covered in eyes.
I've heard that they're actually kind of out there, but I've never actually looked that up.
Here we go. Put in images here. But you got
this is like Neon Genesis.
Hard to see this, but you see these wheels here, and these.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does that get big there? You can see their eyes all over it.
Oh.
So it's kind of reminding me of like these biblically accurate angels. I mean, there's a lot of different kinds of angels.
Yeah.
See, can the audience see this? It's not very well centered. That's not you. Here we go. This is a little better. You can maybe see that these are different types of biblically accurate angels there. Anyway, it's hard to see. But the point is they're kind of like these circles with eyes on them. And so that's what this is making me think of.
Okay.
Which would be kind of a freaky, biblical, angelic kind of horrific.
It's like, maybe it is an angel.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be literally a potato, but it can be like
I mean, a potato angel.
Well, what do we say? What do we want to say? It's like kind of like a biblically accurate angel, or it's whatever was confused for a biblically accurate angel at the time, right?
Yeah, that way we don't have to. Yeah.
So this is like so is it like a young version of that, or is it or is it an ancient one?
We can make. I like the idea that it's an ancient, or
I guess it could be both.
It could be like ancient, but like sealed away for thousands of years, buried in Idaho, waiting to be discovered.
I love that. What if it's like what if it consults with the mayor of Boise or something?
Yeah, I mean, just like in hibernation, I just think somebody's farming and.
Oh, I was reading that potatoes are actually not the number one crop in Idaho.
Really?
Even though they're most known for that. It was something really mundane. I can't remember what the.
Probably like soybeans.
Sorry, I guess I got to look it up now. Top crop in Idaho. Oh, it says potatoes.
Yeah.
Well, but that doesn't say what. Top agricultural products. Idaho is best known for beef and potatoes. In fact, Idaho grows more potatoes than any other. Yada yada yada. But I think it's the cattle. I think it's beef actually is their number one thing, which is not really surprising, So, okay, so we got a biblically accurate angel. It's been buried in Idaho for.
Right.
So wait. So if it was.
So on our list of to-dos.
Yes.
What do we need to sort out there?
Well, I think we're just sort of doing it kind of freeform.
Well, I was going to say,
we've decided it's a biblically accurate angel,
right?
With eyes that are mouths as well. Eyes and mouths, which are the same thing.
Yeah.
Do we need to write this down? Is what you're saying?
Well, that's what I was thinking. It helps me to.
The manifestation, the appearance is a. Well, but this is. Does it? I mean, it's an angel, so it can maybe change its shape. Like, does it look like a human normally?
Maybe it can, make itself appear as its actual form is this horrible potato thing.
Typically accurate angel has eyes for mouths all over its body. Okay, so we're saying it's a human. Humanoid is a civilian. So it could totally be, it's got a Thor thing going for it, right?
Thor? Like when he
Thor just like it. I don't know. It's a doctor.
Dr. Blake.
Well, wait. What was our other word? We got keys. So the person could actually be like a locksmith.
Keys.
What if it was? Yeah. What if it's like it's the civilian identity is like a locksmith, but when it turns into its heroic identity, it can unlock keys to other dimensions or something like that. Is that too powerful?
Yeah, I feel like that's a bit out there. I don't know. I liked it just.
Well, what about just as a locksmith? Is that's their civilian identity?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. How do we? What would if you weren't an angel, you were being mistaken for an angel, a messenger from God. If you're,
well, the funny thing is this.
Doing?
Well, this is the funny thing. Most people don't know what a biblically accurate angel looks like, right?
Right.
So, like, most people would not. I mean, even religious people would see this and they wouldn't think it was an angel, because in the Bible they're always going, "Be not afraid," and there's a reason why it says "Be not afraid" is because it's super scary looking. So like most people wouldn't even recognize it as an angel. So that would be like half the thing. There is. I mean, well, do we need to decide if it is an actual angel? Is it like some emissary?
I like it not being an angel. I always like the twist on like whatever history had and just making it something different. I like the sparkling vampires and Twilight and all that. Just to.
Well, we got to figure out what it's. But it's good. It's a force for good.
Right. It's a force for good. So maybe it was just fighting like something that people considered a demon at the time. So. They're like, oh, it's an angel. That must be what angels.
How powerful is this creature? How powerful is this ancient?
Well, I think it should be able to fly.
What?
I think it should be able to fight.
You mean like punch? I don't know if it has arms.
Like fight, sword fight.
Well, but then it turns into a human. It can turn into it has a human form. But then it has
let's say it doesn't even have a set human form. It just kind of like.
So it's a shapeshifter.
Yeah, so just like, but like it just. What if it doesn't even? What if it just mirrors another human? Like it doesn't.
It flies. It's a shapeshifter. Though you don't like it having like a secret identity.
Oh, I guess that would ruin its secret identity. I like the idea that it just appears as other people.
It can change into anything, maybe, but it's.
Okay, so then it's a shapeshifter. Yeah. That makes
sense.
But
I mean, it may still have a secret identity because it's trying to, it could be like, did you ever see that movie Wings of Desire?
No.
The Wim Wenders film. It was a German film, but it was about an angel who fell in love with a human and decided to become mortal.
Okay.
So again, we're getting into kind of a Thor kind of thing here. So I don't know. I mean, why would this angelic creature decide to hang out as a human?
Wasn't there a Meg Ryan movie where Nicolas Cage was an angel? Like
that was a remake. That was a remake.
Oh, it was okay. Yeah. That was like, I vaguely remember something like that. Okay.
I don't remember if those were the actors, but yeah, there was a remake. American remake.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage. Yeah.
So, why is this? I guess the thing is, why is this creature interacting with humans at all?
Okay. Well,
okay.
He could have been in like this battle at some time with evil, because he's fighting these other creatures and, protecting the. Well, okay, he's in Idaho, so.
What's evil in Idaho?
I mean, you're thinking like, well, I'm thinking the ancient Americas, right? So you've got Indian nations, right? So this is not like the same ones that they were talking about in the Judeo-Christian world in the Middle East. These are creatures that were in ancient America that he was fighting.
Okay. Well, would there be anything that has to do with fire? Because we've got this wax-stemmed match.
Uh,
I don't know if we want to, or the keys. Well, the keys, we're going to say it's maybe a locksmith,
well, he's
right?
a locksmith.
Okay, locksmith is okay. Civilian background.
Maybe one of his powers. So he's a shapeshifter. I don't know. I think the flight, just because angels. I don't know if that really is.
No,
relevant.
I think that's fine. That makes sense.
What if he's limited shapeshifter? Like, okay, well, I guess but he's limited to kind of like how Mystique, or at least used to be. I don't know if she still is. Was limited to like her body composition, like could only get so much taller because you'd have to get so much skinnier to be so much taller. Could only get so, or you're hollow inside somehow to shapeshift to create these facades of other bodies.
Well, I kind of want to lean
something
into
has to happen
like
with all that mass.
Even if this is not literally an angel, I kind of like leaning into kind of something that could be misconstrued as religious or something, like
Okay.
reasons. So like it's limited. So like maybe it's limited as a punishment of some sort. Maybe it lost the battle. Maybe that's the whole thing, is that the powers of good lost the battle.
Yeah, I mean, well, if there's a war between, you're good and evil, some people are going to die or lose and get defeated, and maybe that defeat is what landed him, half a world away in Idaho.
What if these?
It doesn't have anything to do with the early American civilization.
Oh yeah, it could have been exiled, because it makes sense. It makes sense that it would be it would be somewhere in, the Middle East or something where this battle happened, and then it got exiled. But let's say, what if part of the punishment is that it's banished to be a humanoid or something? No.
I like the idea that it was not necessarily banished, but I like the idea that it was defeated. I like
maybe it ran away. Maybe it ran away and hid in Idaho. Well, hiding in
who runs away to Idaho?
Well, this was thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
Well, but that's the point, like maybe you wouldn't, by the way, all of our listeners out there, our audience out there that are from Idaho, we're sorry if we're.
I'm sure Idaho.
I'm sorry that Terrance feels compelled to offend you.
I don't think I've ever been to Idaho.
I've gone through Idaho.
I might have gone through it at one point. If I did, it was with you, actually. When I think about it, I might have gone.
We never went past Boulder, though.
Okay, so then yes, I've never been to Idaho.
You've been, no, I went on my way to Oregon. Anyway, la. This is beside the point. The point is, Idaho is a fine state full of fine people. We love potatoes. We love beef.
I like potatoes.
I'm more of a chicken guy.
I like French fries. I like beef. I like a good steak.
Are French fries an export from? Oh, because those are potatoes. Yeah. So there, you've got like a burger meal. A Happy Meal, which brings us back to Grimace.
That's a wonderful meal straight out of Idaho.
That's right. Brings us back to Grimace. Okay, but that's not what we're looking at here. So, okay, we got 23 minutes left. We're almost at the halfway mark here. I think we're doing good.
Okay. Well, I think we can play on the keys thing, actually. Like maybe there's some magic involved, and he has like a power to unlock doors. Like, I don't know, like we were talking about. I think like just the passing, opening things, but he has the ability to, how magic works, where it's just unlocking doors. There's no place that he can't get into. That also makes him
that'd be a good power to have for a locksmith.
Yeah. And it's just like a word of power, even say, and then that kind of brings in the our whatever the word is, what was it?
Let's take a look.
The
Acerology.
Acerology. Acerology. That's what it was.
Yeah, acerology. Incorrect diction or pronunciation. Oh yeah, okay. So that kind of fits in with the idea that it's like, what if it's like it's just a mumbler? It's like, well, like Boomhauser from King of the Hill. Maybe not that
So now I
comical.
got giant mumbling potatoes.
Well, but I'm thinking like, okay, if you've got like a million eyes that are mouths, then you might
Mhm.
talk. You might be talking all at like a lot of at the same time.
Oh,
You know, you might be talking over yourself a lot.
right.
And so it might be kind of hard. It might take a lot of focus to be able to communicate with humans because humans are used to just talking through one
Mm-hmm.
mouth that's not even an eye.
Right.
So maybe that's part of the being human thing is trying to manage. Maybe being human is a way of kind of it has to turn into a human to be able to communicate with humans. Whereas like if you were like in the angelic form, then it's like talking. Well, because if it's an eye and a mouth, what if it's
Right.
communicating both with words and with pictures?
Is it generating these pictures? Like, how is it? Is it telepathic? Is it like
Maybe it's telepathic. I don't know. I was
like
thinking
what is
kind
it?
of telepathic, maybe, or shooting those images into your mind or your eye. Maybe it somehow beams the pictures straight into your eye. I don't know. Or maybe not.
Yeah, I'm not fond of that idea. I like all the mouth. I like the when it speaks, it's hard to understand, and that's just a trait of it. Just I like that as a the mumbler of some sort. That
Because it's like in my mind, it's basically it's working at such a level that it has like 5 different thoughts going on at once.
Mhm.
So like humans are
Right,
just like they're very linear, but
right,
this creature has parallel thought processes going
right.
on, and so when it talks, it's kind of talking over itself and going in multiple
Mhm.
directions. But maybe
Well,
by becoming human, it controls that to some degree.
so what are the I guess what's this world? I mean, it's a locksmith. It's a locksmith, and it's this supernatural being. What is it
Yes.
doing? Like, why is it?
Well, could just be on. I mean, do we want to set it in like a magic user situation where it's kind of like it's like Doctor Strange, It's like dealing with interdimensional.
I
I mean,
like it
what if
as
he
a
goes to
magic
people's
user.
houses? What if there are demons that are basically
What if it's?
like good?
I was gonna say, what if it is more like supernatural, where it's fighting, vampires and werewolves, and it's. I mean, also it's October; it's a perfect time for it. But it's fighting,
Oh, that's right.
all of these. It's fighting, like the evil witches, the vampires, the ghouls, the ghosts, and all of that, and it's just upsetting all of those, things of your horror genre. So it's going around and fighting, it's exercising people, it's saving, it's stopping ghosts from terrorizing, poltergeists and stuff like that.
So not only does it have the power to open doors and unlock them,
Mm-hmm.
but it also creates locks. So it locks these. So what you've got is like, maybe it's just there's some sort of thin layer, the layer between like the other dimension, other dimensions is kind of thinning between the Earth dimension and other dimensions. And our character, we haven't come up with a name yet. Our character is trying to at least lock out the bad ones, right?
Right.
So, but also has the ability to explore what's going on. So yeah. And then
like
if it's human, do we want it to be more vulnerable when it's a human? And then, but it's like it's useful to be a human because you can do human things. You can get access to certain things. You don't scare the hell out of people. But then it's also useful to be the angelic form as well.
Right. Well, I mean, I think one of its weaknesses it would be a difficulty to communicate. Like you can't just say, "Hurry, get out of there, grab the blah blah blah."
If it's an angelic form, yeah.
Well, no, in any form. I think if it has difficulty just communicating, period. I like that idea.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking it would be like a trade-off. If you were in the human form, you're less powerful, but you can communicate better. But then if you're in the angelic form,
maybe as a human, he has a really horrible stutter.
That's great. I like that. I love that.
Yeah,
but it still is like an improvement over.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Let's say that. Okay, locksmith in Idaho, stutter.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's see. The powers are flight, shapeshifter, unlocking doors. I'm going to put doors in parentheses. Locking up evil entities. Whoops, I can't spell. Okay. Ooh, I'm liking this.
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing good on time here, I think. We got a little over 16 minutes left. So forgot the background was it lost a battle with evil entities centuries ago, millennia ago. How long ago?
I like millennia. That's a good word.
I can never remember how to spell millennium.
We'll fix it in post.
Nope, that's not right. There we go. Boop. Yeah, it's always E. Okay. And hid out in Idaho.
I don't know. Is it something that's been asleep for millennia and just woke up again?
I kind of feel like that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay. So
maybe I should say
hasn't been wandering around Idaho for
hid out or went into hibernation in Idaho.
Yeah.
Okay. Until recently.
Right.
Okay. So it's interesting, the locksmith thing. So they get a lot of calls. It just happens to be that the calls, whenever somebody's having trouble with a lock, it turns out that it's actually a sign of, invading demons or something.
Yeah. Well, I like the idea that they're just like, you can just have a simple ghost story and just go into a haunted house, and dealing with poltergeists.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Well, but I'm thinking the reason it must have picked being a locksmith for a reason, and that, as the way to interact with folks. Maybe it's because you have a truck, presumably have a locksmith truck, right?
Okay, so is it really like living as? I guess it must be living like a human life then, if it's really maintaining a business.
Well, I mean, it could be that it's actually really simple to create this illusion for it. It may not really have an office, it may not really have a truck, but it can, or it transforms itself into the truck and the person. It could be.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying it could be, I like it limited to human shape, angel shape, not like changing into anything. Are you?
Oh, I thought you. Oh, yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
Humans. So it has to have integrated with human. But I mean, I mean, does it? What power? We don't know what its powers are yet, except for flight, opening doors. I mean, does it have any control over people? Does it? I mean, or did he have to literally, get an entry level position at a locksmith company and work his way up to having a business? I mean, is this? Why does it?
That he has. I like the idea that he has a singular power, which is this power of unlocking and locking things. So that led him into, he's trying to fit into the human world. So he became a locksmith. I mean, just based on that, he had to establish some identity somewhere. I mean, I don't know. And is probably connected to the people that helped him do that,
Okay, now say that again to me.
Well, he had, in order to become, a human, like in order to fit into our world, he would have started with nothing. So he would have had to work his way into take the only real skill that he has, which is this power, and then put that to use because he could unlock anything. And so he was, he could have become a bank robber,
Well, sure.
Well,
but can you act? I mean, does his power? Its power, their power,
right.
Can they do keys? Make keys? I mean, is it just magic? I mean, does it have magical powers that manifest? I mean, because like you kind of feel like magic they're magical powers that the way they manifest to people, to humans, it appears as like a normal human thing. Right. So it's like it can create a key, but it's a magical key, but it looks like a regular key. But it could actually function as a regular key too.
No, I liked the word of power, like Shazam or whatever. Like I like that idea of being that it's some unpronounceable human word, but it's a word that it can say that can unlock anything. That it's a word of that it just has this word of power and it can lock and unlock things with it. But I mean, we can put limitations on that, obviously, so that it's not just running around like, oh, there's a ghost, boom, you're locked up.
I'm looking for synonyms for keys. Let's see. I want the noun key. Come on, give me the right key. No. Anyway, that's not what we want. We want like arcane words for key, right? Could be like what's the Latin word for key?
So if you're unlocking things, maybe you look up lock.
We could, clavis. So
that's a cool word.
Whoops. Let's write that down. I think that's interesting. I guess I'll put it under skills. Clavis. That's for key. And then it's lock.
Ooh.
Lock is.
So, do you know what a clavis is, though?
Huh?
But a clavis is a key or glossary serving as an aid to interpretation.
Oh, yeah. They keep giving me the wrong type of key, right?
Well, that's an interesting thing in the unlocking. He's like a legend, or
that's true. So that we can play on the different types of keys. Well, yeah. What if it's like a living legend? And what if it's actually so it's not only does it do this going around fighting demons and stuff, but what if people are looking for it because it actually would unlock things for other, like it would translate, it would be a key to a map. It actually this creature, this angel is actually is sort of like the Rosetta Stone, but it's alive. It's like a living Rosetta Stone, and it actually, and so it's actually trying to stay hidden,
right? But it can't like resist helping people, like the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, because great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
Except that's Spider-Man, not Hulk. But you know what I'm saying. So it's like a living. So it's like a living Rosetta Stone. What do I put that under? Background? Psychology?
Maybe psychology.
Okay, living Rosetta Stone trying to and is hunted by evil.
Right.
Hunted by, it doesn't have to be evil people necessarily.
Yeah, it could be evil in here.
Hunted by,
like maybe he was actually like a conscientious objector to this battle between good and evil.
Oh yeah. Maybe it wasn't a battle with evil. It was just a battle between. Yeah, because evil's like so simplistic, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's a battle between. It was just an unjust battle.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Okay. Lost a battle or. Okay. Escaped. Oops, I can't spell. From an unjust war between entities millennia ago. Went into hibernation in Idaho until recently. Okay. Ooh, we're down to 7 minutes. We're running. Yeah, we're doing good though.
So a civilian, he's a locksmith. So so a civilian, he's a locksmith that likes to help people. I guess he's just it's like a Boy Scout,
Well, but if you're if you're like a Rosetta Stone, you help translate stuff. So I mean, that's like maybe you're just wise. Maybe people come to you for advice, and you're sort of like you can translate. I don't know, social situations too. I don't know.
I
Maybe
mean, if this thing is immortal, or even if it's not immortal, but really old, I mean, maybe it's just trying to keep to itself and just does the locksmith thing, and then comes across things that it needs to deal with, and gets, I mean, he knows more than a lot about other stuff, but it's like not relevant to
Yeah.
people at the
Yeah.
cooking.
Okay. But it's oh well, let's talk about supporting characters.
Yeah.
Because I kind of feel like if you have a locksmith company, you're going to
Mm-hmm.
have other employees. So,
Well,
and if we're talking about like a Supernet, or we're talking about like a TV show, you almost feel like you want to have, employees that are kind of in on it with them, right?
well, I mean, that's the thing. He's living in this human world, but he's hiding who he is. And I mean,
Well,
is he forced? Like, I'm back to the, Incredible Hulk, like the old, like David Banner series, where
sure.
it's like,
Well,
is he going from town to town after he's exposed himself to be this angel thing, or how far is he going as a locksmith? Is he like a highly, requested locksmith because he can unlock anything?
Yeah, well, he would have to be the best locksmith around, right?
Right.
But you
so
also
it's
have
like
to be able to create, except that only if you're trying to get through a lock. I mean, he must make locks too. So
yeah. So I mean, so he's got a whole trade.
Yeah,
I like maybe he makes bank vaults. Maybe he's like one of those guys with the that deals with vaults and all of that.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah,
but it must have an admin assistant though.
Okay, well, I like the idea that he works for a company. He's not the owner of the company.
Oh, he's not the owner. Okay,
no, he just works for. He's just trying to keep stay low level.
So he's got a boss.
Yeah, he's just quietly working, trying to
boss
stay out of trouble.
He's like the best locksmith around.
Mm-hmm.
But his boss is like a total asshole.
Okay.
And is like trying to take advantage of him.
Yeah.
But so he's always trying to. I don't know. So like the boss is like a J. Jonah Jameson type.
But I like the idea that maybe there's a team of. Would there be a need to be a team of locksmiths for anything, like where you would send them?
I think a lot of locksmiths work alone. I think they kind of they may have to go. You have to go and get parts sometimes. So you may have like a
shop.
A shop. So you may have to go and I've never. I mean I know. All I know is like I worked in a government office where they had a shop and you had to go and check stuff out. You couldn't just. So there would be somebody that you would go to, and
I worked in a similar place at one point, and.
So so there may be like a person that runs the shop who's part of the crew.
So he's got to get parts and all of that, and so there's somebody who he communicates to there, and it has to, work with. So
there's a boss. There's an obnoxious boss. There's the parts person who's probably the friend.
There's an apprentice.
An apprentice
that's shadowing him. So
okay, let's do this here.
That keeps him not alone on his,
Okay, so obnoxious boss, apprentice, and what's the shop? What do you call that? The shop smith or shopkeeper, shop manager?
They're just like the they're the parts person. Like they're what would that be? We're coming down.
The shopkeeper.
Okay.
For now.
We can
figure that out later. So the enemies are. So this could be the enemy. This is the thing. This is an ancient creature, so it could be like other entities, interdimensional entities or whatever that are looking for our character, or it could be I mean, it could be humans that are just like they've been following the clues, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
like,
People
there
trying
was
to
this
unlock.
ancient battle millennia ago, and these were the clues that led to Idaho.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out to put, because I'm trying to write it down on our list here. Who are the enemies?
Yeah, just enemies. You know, those who want to seek its power as a like whatever you call it, a Rosetta Stone, that want to adapt its ability to their own uses, to their own ends, whether good or evil. You know. Yeah, locksmith, truck, and tools.
Yeah. Oh, I think we've got almost all of this filled out. So we don't have to come up with a name. Civilian psychology, which is what? Just keep
your head down. Yeah, lay low.
Okay.
Lay low, but still wants to help. You know, still is a generally good person that wants to help. I guess is that.
Okay.
You know? And for some reason, everybody keeps beating up on him, and so he turns all green and angry.
The multi-eyed biblical beast of doom. Okay, so we haven't come up with a name yet.
I liked the word clavis. That's why I looked it up initially. But
oh well, actually, I like that too. You want to do that?
Is that a good name? Because it's a key or glossary. So
no, I think it's great. It also it's Latin, so it actually
is that the Latin word is clavis? So
yeah. You know. Oh wait, what's that? What's that? Oh no! Something's going on. Oh.
We've reached the end of our 40-minute brainstorming period.
What that means, it's time for
lightning rounds.
All right, true conceivers, we have entered the lightning round. That's where we have 2 minutes. We give 2 minutes each to work on each category that we have not finished, and then we'll have ourselves a 2-minute revision period at the end. 5 minutes. Sorry, let's do 5 minutes. 5-minute revision period at the end. Yeah. So, all right. First off, what categories have we not done? We haven't done the names.
Yeah, what are we missing?
We haven't done the civilian name. We haven't done.
We got most of it done.
We haven't figured out social issues. I think that's something we try to do, is kind of figure out, is there any social significance to this character? So that's 2 things. But yeah, we've got most of it done. This is actually pretty. Wow. Is this actually the furthest along we've ever gotten with a character?
It is pretty far. We normally get wrapped up in some part of them.
Yeah. All right. Well, so we've got 2 categories. So let's hit the clock here, and we'll figure out the civilian name. Does that sound good?
I was gonna say, I want to set up the clock first, and then we'll.
Oh yes, we got to set up the clock. Oh, I guess we were gonna do. Whoops. Hi, we're setting up the clock, which turns out to actually be a more drawn out process than you would think. Boop. All right. Okay.
That works.
And you want to just do it that way?
Yeah, that looks good.
All right. So let's start the clock, and we're gonna brainstorm the character's name.
All right. Well, actually, do we want to start with the name? I think we should start with the
social issue.
Social issue. Then we can figure out where they are in the name.
Okay. Why don't we reset the clock? Because I don't think we should. That shouldn't count against us. Count against us.
All right.
Okay. Start it again.
All right,
okay.
Ready?
Social issues.
And go. 2 minutes for social issues.
Boy, nothing really stands out to me on this character. It's about doors and locks and it's in Idaho. What are some?
I don't know.
I mean, there's moral issues, right? Because it's about conscientious objection.
Right.
They decided not to participate in a war.
So that's interesting. So yeah, so maybe it's just an anti-war kind of piece in a way, like an anti-war take on things, and like we talk about that a lot with this character.
Oh, okay.
The horrors of war and all of that. So.
Oh, I like that. So this is an anti-war. So it's got PTSD.
No, I wouldn't give it PTSD. I would just say that it's anti-war. I mean, it had a reason not to fight, you know.
Right. It's anti-war, pro-peace.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Let's do that. All right. Wow, we got that. We got that like real quick. So let's reset the 2 minutes.
All right. Oh.
And we're gonna go back to
so quick.
Now we're gonna do the civilian name.
So, well, I was hoping that like we might find some relevant origin for this person. I mean,
we want to do more on 2 minutes on the origin.
Well, I mean, I was just gonna say the like where are they from? Male, female? Like it's an angel, so I imagine it being very sexless and non.
Well, do we? Okay, we're putting on the clock here. Let me hit the clock here.
Okay.
2 minutes to discuss origin more. So, well, is it?
I mean, it's
sexless. It's.
What is it then? So how does it present itself as a locksmith? Is really the question. Like when it's in a human form, is it gonna be? And that's where originally I was thinking it would just mimic other people rather than have its own form. But now it does make more sense for it to have a form.
It can be androgynous though.
Okay.
It can be androgynous, or present as a non-binary or whatever term you want to use. So
it's kind of actually now I'm thinking of well actually I'm thinking of two different things of like a brother from another planet or or the David Bowie thing. And both of them.
The Man Who Fell to Earth.
Man Who Fell to Earth. Yeah.
Well, I think so. It's kind of Bowie-esque. Bowie's kind of androgynous, so that would work.
Maybe it looks like Tilda Swinton.
And they look. I think they're twins.
Because that makes me think of Orlando, which was a great.
Oh yeah. So that would be perfect.
Yeah.
So like Tilda Swinton, okay, or David Bowie.
Actually, Tilda Swinton played the angel in that Constantine movie.
Oh well, perfect. And she played Doctor Strange with the Eye of Agamotto.
Yeah.
So okay, so that but origin, we were talking about origin. That was appearance.
Yeah.
So origin is. It starts going off real quick, doesn't it?
It gives you a little
heads up warning there. I think that
you're also really quick because we're beyond time in 7 seconds.
I can't even hear you over the thing. So, all right, I think we're out of time. Okay, so we'll come. We can go. We can deal with that in the edit period. But we got to figure out a name, a civilian name.
So
let's start the clock on civilian name.
Okay.
Or do you want to just wait to do the name? Is there something else you wanted to do?
No, I mean the name is really just like I feel comes out of the origin of who they like. They're.
Should I hit the clock or not?
I just started the clock.
Yeah, you did. Okay.
My only thing for the name is that it kind of comes from their past. You know, they came up with some name, or they came up with a name based on where they landed. We didn't talk about them like having people help set up their identity, really.
Well, let's see. What's the most popular name in Idaho? Oliver. Oh, interesting. For men, it's Oliver. For women, it's Olivia. So let's say Oliver. What was the other word that we had? We had.
Oh wait,
Vesta.
I like the name Harper because it's.
What?
Harper.
Oh, Harper. Oh yeah, that's kind of. Harper can be either one. So how about Harper? How about Harper Olivier?
Okay.
Or Harper. We could go Vesta. Vesta is what the other word that we had. The wax stem match.
Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about that word. Maybe that's
okay. So Harper Olivier.
Make Vesta an enemy, you know.
So wait, Harper. What's the last name?
Harper.
What's the popular last name? Let's see. Surname in Idaho. Smith. Harper Smith, Harper Johnson, Harper Anderson. What do you want?
Anderson.
What? Or not? Or Harper Clavis. I don't know. Harper Locke. Harper Key. Key is a name, right?
Actually, Harper
Keys.
I like that. Harper Keys.
Harper Keys. Okay.
Yes. I turned it down this time.
Oh, thank you. All right. So, do we have any other of the categories that we want to?
I think those were the only ones that we had nothing for. I mean, we can do a 5-minute.
Let's do the 5-minute review.
Well, do we need a 5-minute review? I guess.
Well, that's what the review. We can cut it short if we don't. But
let's do a 2-minute review.
Fine, let's do a 2-minute review.
We don't have to change our clock.
Yeah, but if you change your mind,
well, then we'll have a second 2-minute review.
Okay, fine.
Followed by a 1-minute review, if necessary.
Okay, fine. Start the clock.
All right. So,
okay, Clavis, Harper Keys, locksmith in Idaho with a stutter. Escaped from an unjust war between entities millennia ago, went into hibernation in Idaho until recently. Let's see, living Rosetta Stone and is hunted by those looking to use it, hiding out as a civilian that's just looking to lay low. Is there any like chance of romance with this guy? I mean, this character. Is that even a possibility? I guess some people would probably fall for it.
Maybe it's the strong silent type, I feel, and that has its own attractions, and it's just trying to live quietly and get by, I guess.
Okay.
Like, does it? I feel like it has like the same needs as like a lot of the similar needs as humans, so it it's like that guy, it's like Logan, just trying to get by, but trying not to get too close to people. And
okay.
At the same time,
but people will probably fall for it.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got the equipment. We got powers, flight, shapeshifter, unlocking doors, blocking up evil entities. Did I miss him?
No.
Has weaknesses. Has trouble talking coherently. Multiple talking at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a biblically accurate angel. Eyes for mouths all over its body. As a humanoid, it's androgynous, like Tilda Swinton or Dave Bowie. Obnoxious boss. Has an apprentice and a shopkeeper that are its friends. Evil entities are chasing it. Ambitious humans, but is anti-war and pro-peace.
That's a fully thought out character, I think.
Well, hallelujah. Well, we basically just did a summary. We just did a summary of the character too.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All right.
Well, I think we're done. Should we read the outro script, Terrance?
Well, I was going to say that's it for this episode. I guess we came up with a great character, Clavis.
Yeah, Clavis. I think is really cool and is a keeper. We want to hear from you, true conceivers. Though, what did we get right? What did we get wrong? Leave us a comment or email us at heroicpod@gmail.com, and we'll respond to your feedback in future episodes. Do we have our little thing up here? Let's put that up. This is where you can find the podcast at various locations, and you can catch up on the previous 2 seasons, which were just audio podcasts. We're trying this new here as a live stream, but we'll also be doing it as an audio podcast as well.
We'll still take the audio out of this and make our podcast continue.
That's right. So don't forget to show your support. Share, subscribe, or just hit that like button. It all helps. And also, just I don't know what I was going to say, Terrance. What was I going to say?
Did you tell them to leave a comment? Email us at heroicpod@gmail.com.
Yes, I did. But that's okay. We can say it again. It bears repeating. Well, that's a wrap.
Next week?
Oh, yeah, we should tell them about next week. Next week, we'll see you next time on Heroic Origins Live Draw. That's where we're going to work out the visual design of our new character. So check us out. Yeah, be back. We should be back here next Saturday at close to the same time. And
we'll see
what's our
next time on the Heroic Origins Live Draw?
That's right. Right. Flop.